It takes a big man to admit when he was wrong. And I was wrong. This is not what I voted for. I watched yesterday as J.D. Vance sat on that couch berating Zelensky, straight up bullying the man. And the entire time, not once, not one time, did he even try to fuck that couch. I was really looking forward to seeing that.
You know, I thought it would be easier the more I talked about leaving Maga, being a 3-time Trump voter. But I have to be completely honest with you that it's not getting easier, and it actually feels like it's getting more difficult because I'm gaining more empathy.
I was wrong about Trump. I admit it. I was the guy that was watching the rallies. I was the guy that was defending him, standing up for him, agreeing with him.
One thing I love about some of these videos is the MAGA people that are making these apology videos for voting for this administration. This one is funny. It's quick. She's like, I just won't say I'm sorry. I have to vote for him.
I need to say I'm sorry. I voted for him.
I'm real sorry. I didn't know. I thought he was going to make things better for us.
The tariffs are working. The tariffs are working. If you're 50 years old and have a 401k, you've lost about $74,000 in the past 3 months. Does that feel like it's working?
No, I've lost more than that.
But you see why they don't like Trump is because he's not a politician. He works for you and I. The guy has been a businessman all his life. He's made millions and billions of dollars. Why? Because he knows how to work with the people.
Don't you hear he's up 20 hours a day? He doesn't ever sleep. But I do think he sleeps because we watch it on television. No, you watch them freeze frame the camera when he blinks his eyes.
Okay. I mean, there's some of those are long camera phrases.
No.
No.
Rest in his eyes.
I really honestly believe in my heart that that man was put here for a reason. I think he was anointed. I think he's protected. And the love he shows for this country is not fake. It's real. You can feel it. You can sense it. There's a reason why there's all these people here to see this man.
Very excited. Very excited. Love Trump. He's the best.
What do you love about him? What did he do when he was president that, one thing that made your life better that you love about him?
Everything he did made my life better.
Specific.
He doesn't lie. He tried to reduce our taxes. He tried to eliminate the evil that's the left.
I was all for fucking Trump. Now with Trump passing the law that if your kid's if you put your baby dad on child support, they're going to be getting the money from the child.
I am MAGA and a Christian.
And hell, we're human beings. Help us. Give us what we need. We don't want to be the stepchildren anymore.
My Republican family voted against Kamala specifically because they said she was going to drag us into World War III. But look at what we've got going on right now. Not only is he tweeting out incendiary comments like, Tehran, you all need to evacuate immediately. I told you so. It's too late. Millions of lives are going to perish because Iran didn't sign the agreement that I took them out of the last time I was in office. And even last night, making comments, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Nobody knows what I'm going to do. That's literally an interview he just gave last night about something as serious as whether or not he's dragging our country into a war we did not start and do not belong in. He's taking it with such a flippant attitude, whether he's going to allow our country that already has our bombs dropping on Iran, whether we're going to go proactively participate in preemptively slaughtering tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands.
It takes a big man to admit when he was wrong. And I was wrong. This is not what I voted for. I watched yesterday as J.D. Vance sat on that couch berating Zelensky, straight up bullying the man. And the entire time, not once, not one time, did he even try to fuck that couch. I was really looking forward to seeing that.
You know, I thought it would be easier the more I talked about leaving Maga, being a 3-time Trump voter. But I have to be completely honest with you that it's not getting easier, and it actually feels like it's getting more difficult because I'm gaining more empathy. And I don't think people really realize how counterintuitive the hate that I receive when you can take one look at my page and see that I am doing the work. I read a comment this morning that I'm not stitching because I don't want hate to come our way, but you'll understand why I'm reading it. I've been deconstructing from Christianity and left Maga. I do not speak about it because the hate you receive from the left is no different from the hate you received when you were in the cult. I'm just minding my own business and rewiring my whole belief system. What people don't understand is how hard it is to actually wake up and realize your entire life has been a lie, and now you have to start over from scratch. I'm not going to allow any negativity from anyone into my life. It's hard enough to do this. I can't see. I had to stop and gather myself. Not only that, I'm not going to be a part of any political party or religion ever again, so the expectation of the left thinking we have to vote blue now in order to make amends or something is not something I want to be a part of. The amount of "I'll never forgive you" I see in your last video is enough for me to never try to speak up on anything that's happened to get me here. My entire family is deep Southern conservative Christian Republicans. It's been buried into my whole system since birth. Seeing my truth and removing myself from it has been the hardest thing I've ever done. I don't really know what else to say other than, I don't think that this is what the left wants. You've been shouting for people to wake up for years, and people do. And you just want to harp on, and I get it, that it didn't happen soon enough. And I don't believe that. I can't believe that. I have too much hope in my soul to roll over and die. I don't know what the solution is, but I know it's not to beat people while they're already down.
One thing I love about some of these videos is the Maga people that are making these apology videos for voting for this administration. This one is funny. It's quick. She's like, I just won't say I'm sorry. I have to vote for him.
I need to say I'm sorry. I voted for him.
I'm real sorry. I didn't know. I thought he was going to make things better for us.
I thought he was going to help folks like me. I really did.
Now I'm time to go home. I came back my groceries. I can't put my lights on. First of all, the groceries you shouldn't worry about. Anyway, I just can't believe it now.
They cut off my heat and help last week. I don't know how I'm supposed to buy groceries next month to keep the lights on.
Now, what about my diabetes? My diabetes, man, is acting up. Can't feel my foot, can't feel my feet, and I didn't even devour the do.
Now my SNAP's gone, my Medicaid's gone.
Get out of here. This is what you voted for. You voted because you thought black people were going to get f***ed, didn't you? Black folks, especially black Americans, have been living with nothing for the longest time. So surviving is very, very easy. Very easy. You understand? That's why black folks are playing it smart. We're moving as a unit. Other than some of the sellout, but other than that, black people are moving in a way where we're not even being bothered. Oh my God. Oh my God, the country's in shambles. Oh, they're being unfair. Black folks are like, yo, man, I'm going to Costco. What you about to do? So, hey, man, it is what it is. You voted for your own demise, and that's just the way it goes.
I was all for fucking Trump. Now, with Trump passing the law that if your kid's if you put your baby dad on child support, they're going to be getting the money from the child, for child tax. How the fuck does that work?
The funniest thing about this is it isn't even true. These MAGA moms are all over the internet right now screaming and crying about how they regretted voting for Trump because right-wing men who love to control women have spread this rumor all over Twitter, and it's made its way here, stating that if you're a single mother, too bad. If a man pays your child support, he gets to claim your children on his taxes as dependents, even if he hasn't seen them in who knows how long. And they are breaking down. Is this how we win? Well, interestingly enough, it's kind of weird how you don't care how your vote affects anyone else, but you start crying and backtracking when it hypothetically affects you, even if it doesn't actually affect you. And it also shows how susceptible you guys are to misinformation and how misinformation will literally sway how you think and vote. But regardless, this is how we win. We just tell these single moms out here, spread rumors. Donald Trump signed an executive order stating that you have to pay your baby daddy's car note. Donald Trump signed an executive order stating that you have to pay your baby daddy's fucking mortgage and electric bill. And I guess they'll regret their vote.
I was wrong about Trump. I admit it. I was the guy that was watching the rallies. I was the guy that was defending him, standing up for him, agreeing with him, voting for him, encouraging others to vote for him. But because I listened to him so much, I know what exactly he said, what he said he was going to do. And as I watch things unfold right now, he's lied about everything. Literally, it's clear. He just told us that he eliminated Iran's military completely, and then now he's exchanging missiles with them. Everything from that to the financial situations, all this extra money he said that he got, that he was going to give American people, it was all a lie. And I don't support him no more on any level. And I regret any video I made supporting him. I regret anything I said to defend him on his behalf. The liberals were right. I'm going to go ahead and put it like that.
Do y'all actually think that when MAGA Republicans find definitive proof that Donald Trump is a child, that they're going to turn away from him? I think the MAGA turn away from Donald Trump right now is a myth, a mirage. How do I know that? I'm not privy to telling you certain familial lore about myself, but just trust me when I tell you I know from experience that finding out that somebody is a child, even in a court of law, tried and convicted, spent time in prison and let out, is not enough for most conservatives in this country to cut ties with somebody. If you grew up in a Republican household, or especially a Christian conservative household, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These are people who will let child back into their home after they've been proven to be so. These are the type of people who would expect everyone in the family to accept that person coming back into the fold, showing up to family reunions, showing up to Thanksgiving. And if you don't bring your kids around and you don't come around yourself, you're the one ostracized from the family. Also, don't forget, these are the type of people that will go on the internet and say with their whole chest that if Donald Trump raped their daughter, or if Donald Trump asked for them to hand over their daughter on a silver platter, that they would have to think long and hard about forgiving him. And it would be difficult, but God calls me to do so. And I would still support him as my president. There was a lot of hope and excitement that this might be the thing. This might be the line for them. But I don't think that is the case, because I've seen it firsthand. It's not the line. And to think if they aren't willing to do that with their own brother, with their own uncle, with their own cousin, then why the hell are we expecting them to have some sort of attack of integrity with the president that they voted for? They think he's a god. They think he's a god. God impregnated Mary without her consent, according to their book. It's okay if God violates somebody. It's okay if God violates somebody. They're not going to care when this all comes out, if it all comes out. And some of the worst disgusting pieces of evidence have Donald Trump's name attached to them. They won't care. None of them are going to have an attack of conscience about Donald Trump. Nobody's going to start voting blue down the ticket because of this. They're going to wait their entire lives for every single woman that said anything against him to retract their statement.
I am a triple Trumper, and I left MAGA. Let me explain why I left. For years, I was able to rationalize supporting him, even though he was doing all these terrible things, because I didn't give a shit. But the day everything changed and I left MAGA was when he did the same bad thing he's been doing for the last 9 years, but it affected me a little bit. I couldn't take that. How could he cross that line? I mean, he crossed it over and over and over and over again, and I didn't really think about it, but I can't let this go on. I mean, I just had the wool pulled over my eyes, and it wasn't even my fault. And I've totally changed as a person, even though this happened 3 weeks ago. So you can't really get mad at me because I'm a different person. None of the things you say apply to me because I'm good now. I take full accountability, but I didn't do anything wrong. I couldn't have learned things or decided to show empathy.
Hey, if you voted for the rotten orange peel 2 or even 3 times, you knew exactly what you were voting for. And oopsie poopsie, I shall we is not gonna cut it. I'm sorry, but if you still support that man after everything he's done, after he's bombed like 7 countries and like not even a year and a half of being in office, he is responsible for so much suffering that could have easily prevented, suffering that did not need to take place at all. People who should still be alive are no longer with us because of him. Whether it's because they lost their SNAP benefits and they went hungry, or they couldn't get the medical care that they needed, you cannot tell me that you didn't know he was a bad guy until now. If you have the means to leave America, I strongly encourage you to do so, especially if you have a disability, if you have children, if you're a woman, if you're non-white. If you haven't been carving out an exit plan, now would be a great time to start putting one together. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but things are not going to get better anytime soon. Especially if you have dual or even triple citizenship, or even in some instances more than 3 passports, utilize that. They are talking about denaturalizing people. And it doesn't matter if you have a criminal record or not. If you don't support him, you're probably on the shit list. And if you aren't yet, you most likely will be.
Welcome to another episode of FAFO, where I bring you stories of MAGA voters that have entered the find out phase of their vote. Tremaine wrote the following on his Facebook. I do have a confession. The worst confession of my life. Are you ready? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I voted for Rump. But in my defense, at the time, I didn't know who he was. I had heard the name, but to tell you the truth, I knew nothing about him. I did not know anything about any of the candidates. I am so sorry, it makes me not even really want to vote again, because I don't know who the other candidates are either, but now I know it can't be as bad as Rump. This is a perfect example of a lazy voter and uninformed person. Jacqueline wrote the following on her Facebook. As a Rump voter, I am disappointed and pissed off. Also, have not arrested no peds. It's all of them. He's the only one I ever voted for. I tried giving one man a chance. Never again. Will always hate government. Always have, always will. Dan wrote the following. Scam, scam, scam. Rump accounts are a conservative walk-down socialism. Free, free, free. When are politicians going to stop with the free stuff? Why do politicians get us into a war, but then they stick their nose in and create problems? I voted for him all 3 times, but Don 5 agree with going down these roads. Steve wrote the following. The current admin, under Rump, is guiding America into an era of surveillance, doing so overtly. It appears 90% of his supporters are being misled into believing this equates to freedom simply because they voted for him. I too voted for him, but will not stand by this particular agenda. America's freedom and independence hinge on being free from surveillance and digital dominance. Can anyone convincingly argue against this stance with evidence?
Hi everyone, so I'm with one of my really good friends. She voted for Trump.
Regret.
And you know what? Well, yes, but guess what? It's not time for us to do that. The time is come for us to figure this shit out. Okay?
It's time. The medical field is getting fucked right now.
Right. So when the healthcare starts to be affected, we're fucked.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So guys, we have got to get this together. I get that we're all like, fuck Trump and fuck everything and fuck these people that voted for him, but guess what? We're all in this together. Right? Yes.
Yes.
And I know people want to hear that you regret your vote.
As of right now, I'm very unhappy with where we are economically, for sure. It worries me.
But guess what?
We're all
this needed to happen. We needed for him to win, rigged or not, for him to win and for all of us to come together. So what we are saying tonight, let's come together. Exactly. Let's come together. We're all Americans.
Stop the division.
Stop blaming. Stop saying what if, what coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's get it together.
We have to at this point.
Yeah, we need to.
It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna face some shit.
Yeah. Because she's in the hospital setting. She's an RNFA. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a registered
nurse, first assistant.
That's right. Which helps surgeons assist in surgery, right?
And everybody's doing layoffs. Hospitals are doing layoffs because they can't afford the supplies because the tariffs are too high.
Right. So, guys.
If the medical field is suffering, imagine what everybody else is doing.
Right. And if it's hitting the medical field, trust me, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
When they're laying off people in the hospitals.
Because they can't afford supplies.
Exactly. So, guys, God bless America. We need to get it fucking together.
Ready for the ultimate fuck around and find out? Here it comes. Watch this, and then we'll discuss.
I need your help to save my farm and many other farms. I want to give you guys
Okay, this Jethro is experiencing the ultimate MAGA FAFO moment. I don't know if you've seen his videos, but he's posted a couple of videos where he's basically come on here and he said, I voted for Trump because Well, in a nutshell, because he loves Trump's hate agenda. He doesn't like the fact that immigrants are coming here and taking money from the government. Taking money from the government is evil. You should pull up your own bootstraps and work. So in the next sentence, he comes out and he says, I voted for Trump, and Trump took away my government subsidy that helped my farm stay in business. So send me money. Trump took away the government subsidy that Biden put in place that kept me in business. Now that Trump took it away, I need your help. Send me money. So my question to you is, do we send this Jethro money? I mean, he is now getting the bill for his hate agenda. His hate agenda comes with a price. He didn't know it. Maybe he didn't realize it. Maybe he thought it would never bounce back on him. But now that it's affecting him personally, he's asking for us to give him money. Now, my answer to this, I don't know what your answer is going to be, whether you want to give him money or not. But my answer is, from me, you get fucko. Because if I were to give you money, Jethro, that would make me woke. And you hate woke. You hate the woke left because they show kindness, compassion, and consideration for other people. And that's just too woke for you. So I'm going to live by your standard. And I'm not going to be woke, which means I'm not going to give you one red fucking cent because that's what I feel you fucking deserve. What about the rest of you? What say you? Do you give them money?
Don't come here illegally if you don't want to get shot. Being in the country without authorization is a civil violation. It's not punishable by death, and even if it were, ICE agents are not judge, jury, and executioner. So even if you violated the law, you still have a right to due process. Do you not know that? Well, you lose your right to due process when you weaponize your vehicle and drive at law enforcement. First of all, you have no evidence that any of these people drove at law enforcement. Secondly, it is a violation of the law enforcement officers' protocols and training to be in front of a vehicle because that has created a dangerous situation and they cannot use that dangerous situation that they created to justify lethal force. Thirdly, it is always stupid to shoot the driver of a vehicle. It does not make a situation more safe. It actually makes everything more volatile and more dangerous because the car is going to lose control after you shoot a driver in the head, obviously. You just love illegal aliens, you libturds. All right, they're not illegal aliens. It is so hard to talk to you people because what we're trying to say is that everyone who is in the US, regardless of how they came here, has a constitutional right to not be shot dead in the street by law enforcement for no reason. That is a constitutional right that is awarded to everyone. Why do you not care about that?
I'm going to show you what a real apology looks like. I'm going to show you what it looks like to realize that you screwed up big and you screwed other people because of how you voted. A 3-time Trump voter called into C-SPAN and said, I was really wrong, and people are suffering. And this 3-time Trump voter breaks down. It's really a MAGA cultist leaving the cult. He goes, I apologize to all of America. There is a lot to learn from this.
Cleveland, Ohio, Republican. You're on open forum.
Well, I'd like to first say I apologize to all of America and all of Americans. I was a diehard Republican. I cannot believe I drank the Kool-Aid, okay? I am guilty. I drank the Kool-Aid of Donald J. Trump. In fact, I don't even know why we keep saying Donald J. Trump. This man is ruining the Constitution of the United States. What's going on in these southern states, Louisiana and Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, they're taking away the vote from the black man, the fight from the black people that are part of our country. They're stealing their vote. They're making it null and mean nothing. And we need to, I don't know what we need to do, but I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I know that this country, if you see all the corruption, the billions of dollars that the Trump family is grabbing, and he says it's never about the money. It's all about the money, the lies that come out of this man's mouth. Everything he says is not true is exactly what is true. And it's just, I don't know what needs to be done, but the Democrats need to grab the helm and lead the people what we need to do. They are overwhelming the system of democracy. He wants the Strait of Hormuz open. Guess what? Before he went there, it was open. And the gas prices were beautiful. I mean, everything.
All right, listen, I think you get it. I think this is a lot more than just one guy apologizing. It, of course, matters that this guy regrets voting for Trump. Cool. Step 1. Step 2, he's publicly admitting it. That's good. Number 3, He's actually apologizing and not one of these, I apologize if anyone was offended. I apologize. That alone is a level of self-awareness and humility that is pretty rare in American politics, and especially when things are as polarized as they are today. For every Republican voter willing to say stuff like this publicly, there are hundreds or thousands quietly thinking the exact same thing.
Anyone else really fucking tired of seeing these MAGA men say, I'm so sorry that I voted for Trump, I realized that I was wrong, but they're sitting in their fucking truck by themselves? I want to see you give your apology, sorry I voted for Trump, in your crowded MAGA bar. At your blue-collar job with 10 of your buddies standing around. I'm so tired of seeing these videos where they are just sitting in private confessing that they were wrong. But I bet you not a single person that they know knows about that regret. Do it publicly. I want to see what you do when you get some kickback on that regret.
Hey y'all, I never thought I'd say this, but here in Huntsville, Alabama, we are certainly regretting our votes for Trump now. Look y'all, we just got this letter from the electric company that says because of a Trump executive order rolling back Biden-era legislation that our electric bill is going to go up $100 a month because of what Trump did. Now, this man ran on bringing prices down for us, bringing grocery prices down, bringing energy costs down, housing, insurance, and none of that has happened at all. This is literally crazy. I mean, it's almost like the Democrats were telling the truth the whole time and the Republicans have just been lying nonstop. I know that's completely crazy to even say because Republicans have always been a beacon of truth. But yeah, this letter has me so pissed off that I'm never going to vote Republican again. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we flip the house.
So they always say FO, FAFO, FAFO. You know, many people who have been, coming to this particular platform to cry and say, we regret your votes. Our votes because we voted for Donald Trump, and this is the consequences that we are in this particular minute. People are so sad because the expectation that they were expecting, things went astray, and to this particular end, many people are still crying and are saying, we regret we voted for Donald Trump. And I have a question to ask you, because those people who have been crying. There's this one particular thing that I always ask you guys that, before you make a decision, what do you think before you make? Okay, I know sometimes I might assume because maybe it's one person, people who are crying. I'll spare that person who voted once, but there's this person who voted once, twice, three times for Donald Trump, and things went from bad to worse, and right now they are crying. I'm just trying to think, I'm trying to fit in that particular shoes of yours and try to imagine how come you voted once. Okay, once is okay, twice, to make the matter worse, thrice, three times, guys. That is insane, and that's bring me to my attention that you guys sometimes, I don't know even what to say. Do I say you should just face your consequences or for your actions, or because I don't know. But guys, what do you think about these people? Because some people are crying. I really feel for them because, I can imagine how someone can feel or is feeling when it comes to, voting for someone and getting disappointed in the very, very worst way. You see them cry. Guys, let me know in the comment section. Remember guys, this video for educational purposes and creating awareness, and credits belongs to the original creators of all these videos that we've just seen here. So guys, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and guys, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. I just want to end this video by saying I wish you the very best way, because things are worse, but we wish for a better way, a better tomorrow. So I don't know what you guys, you'll tell me what you think the future will be about America. So let me know in the comment section, and I'll be happy to know you guys what you think, because I'm curious to know, because each and every time I make this video, it reminds me of how people were so dedicated to vote and to make this particular move to elect Donald Trump as president, and right now they are crying. So I don't know. Tell me what you think, guys, in the comment section. Bye for now. I'll see you in the next one.